Hello everyone, welcome to Patty Boy's Grill. If you're ready, let's get grilling. We're going to talk about and grill some carne asada. Typically, a carne asada is done with skirt steak or a flank steak. It's a much wider and thinner, and it cooks very quickly. But today, Bow Creek has given us what they call a petite loin. It's not a tenderloin. This is actually a cut from the shoulder. It's much tender. It's much thicker, but it's also a lot more tender. And we're gonna grill this up, get it about medium rare, and we'll cut it into little strips and put it in quesadilla for you. Alright guys, according to the temperature, we're ready to go. We're all preheated, so let's get this going. Don't forget from our first video about oil in the grates. You can never use too much oil. So, now because you're hot, there's a possibility of some little flare-ups. Nothing to get worried about, just relax. See that? You're alright. A little bit of oil never hurt. If you get a flare up that's out of control, don't forget about your little squirt bottle. There. Goes right out. Alright. So we've got these two petites. They've been sitting at room temperature for about 20 to 30 minutes. And we're only using, because they're so small, we're only using one side of the grill. Okay? But still, oil the whole thing. You're not going to hurt anything. Alright guys, let's talk a little bit about the marinade, okay? Like I said, this is carne asada, and this one is with some soy sauce. Typically, carne asada is orange juice, lemon juice, lime juice. This one here is my own. I've added some soy sauce to it. Now, when you're talking about marinades, you're marinating your meat, any sauce that you marinate the meat, once you take the meat out of it, don't feed it to your family. You can use it to cook on the grill. I've got a little bit right here. This is the actual marinade that the meat was in. You're putting raw meat in there. This has had raw meat in it, so don't feed this to your family. What I did was, before I put the meat in there, I reserved 1 cup back, so no raw meat has touched it. Once we get this done and cooked, we'll take that fresh marinade and mix it in with there, and it'll keep it nice and moist. Alright guys, so remember I said to time it, so it's been about 4 minutes. All we're going to do is we're just going to go in and we're going to give it a little bit of a flip, that's all. Look at those nice grill marks. That's it, just a quick flip, don't mess with it. Alright guys, once we get these pieces of meat flipped, now I'm going to talk to you about the doneness of it. Everybody likes it different. Some people like them rare, some people like them medium, some people like them well done. Alright? It's all in the time and the temperature. So like I said, these pieces, these cuts of meat are much thicker than the typical flank steak that you would use for a carne asada. So it's going to take a little bit longer. You can, if you would like, use a thermometer. Just remember, every time you take a thermometer and poke that piece of meat, you're making a hole for the juices to escape. Usually what I do is palm of your hand, just feel this here. You can get your meat about like this, and that's somewhere in the medium range. That's how I do mine. I go by feel. Alright, you see how soft that is? We still got a ways to go yet. But just remember, this is your gig. It's all in what you like. I'm going to move these again. You see the grill marks that I got. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little bit of a move, but I'm going to do it this way, and then I'm going to do it this way. See, and then when I move them, I give it a little bit of a feel just to see about where we're at. So, remember I said about the marinade. This is the marinade that the actual raw meat was in. Don't use this to feed your family, but you can use this to maybe put on the steak a little bit, because the flame and the heat from the grill will kill anything. nice. All right, guys, we're back. So we put it on, we cooked it for 4 minutes, we flipped it, we gave it another 4 minutes, we flipped it, we're giving it another 4 minutes. To me, I feel like it's ready, so I'm gonna take it off. You guys, you can't hold me to these times, okay? Like I said, it all matters in how you like it done, it all matters in the size of the meat. You guys are gonna love these. So what we're gonna do with these is we're going to let them rest. Remember I said about letting it rest. We're going to let these rest for about 10 minutes. You know, when you let these things rest, they'll continue to cook. They'll still go up another 2 to 3, maybe even 5 degrees while they're resting. They're off the flame and they're resting, but they'll still cook. So leave them out, let them rest for anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. Then we'll cut into it. We're gonna cut these into strips and we're gonna make some quesadillas on the grill for you. These have rested for about 8 minutes now and I feel like they're ready to start cutting into them. So we're gonna get them out here, get them on a nice cutting board. We got a nice sharp knife. What we're doing here is against the grain and a little bit on the bias, just a little bit of an angle, all right? Get yourself a nice sharp knife. Keep your knife sharp. And just let the knife do the work for you. We're all cut up, and like I said, bacteria, I got fresh clean plate just like I got clean everything else. So this plate has never been touched by raw meat. I got the fresh meat on there. After we get done cutting that up, the only thing that we have left is a couple of ends. A couple of ends are dog treats. There you go, guys. All right, so like I said, we're making carne asada, and I got them all cut into nice strips. Here is the leftover that has not touched any raw meat. Just take a little bit, get some juices back in there, make it nice and moist. So as you can see, we're making a quesadilla. All right, so this is one of a few ways that you could do this. You just happen to have a pizza peel here. Lay it on there. You can use the pizza peel to put it on and take it off. A little extra cheese, just to give kind of like a glue. Here we go. So we left the grill going, so we're still nice and hot. Get some of these crunchies cleaned off. All right. Basically, the only thing you want to do with that is just use the heat of the grill to get everything melted and get it all glued together nice. All right, so how do you flip a quesadilla? There's many ways. Remember, we use the pizza peel to get it. Pick it up, plate on, give it a flip. Let's see how we did. Look at that. So then, after you get that, you just slide it right back on. Just give it a few more seconds. All right, guys, we're coming off. We're ready. That's all it was. It was just like a minute and a half on one side. Just give it a quick flip. And it was only not even a minute on the other side. We should be nice and toasty melted. Oh yeah, look at that. We're off. We're cooked. We're off. We're all cut up. I'm gonna make my final cut here. Grilled quesadillas. Got a little plate here with a little sour cream, a little salsa. Everybody's got their own flavors on what they like. Taste. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this carne asada as much as I did. Please stay tuned. We're going to have so many more recipes. Thank you very much. We hope to see you again.